I'm John Hudgens, or J.R. Hudgens, depending on how you know me, and I am the manager and the main leatherworker for Hudson Hill. Belts are some of my favorites. Taking the time to do everything right, and oiling it, and measuring it, and the right hardware, and doing the edges and everything correctly. Just, it's so simple that I absolutely adore belts. I think something being handmade is so important because it carries intentionality with it. In the same way that the reason why records and LPs have never quite died out, because there's something different about putting that on there and sitting and listening than just pulling out your phone, pressing play. There's places around the world where they're stamping out belts by the gajillion. To be on the other side of the table from that and know that that exists and still choose every single time to do it the right way, the slow way, is invaluable. There is kind of a less is more mentality for me when it comes to leather goods. Like, I'd rather have a good piece of leather and a really, really solid buckle and really, really solid hardware, even if that is only 4 components, than overcomplicate it with some complex buckle and a bunch of different leathers and textures and stitches and all of this stuff. It just, the functionality comes first for me 99.9% of the time. For how thick this is, it's gonna shave off some of that leather. Young kids come into the store, like high school age guys or something, and they look around the shop and they're wide-eyed and they're like, whoa, this is so cool. And then they come in and they're like, hey, I was trying to figure out how to do this. And then I'm like, oh, I've got the perfect tool for this. And you can show them, they're like, oh, what's that called? And then they take a picture of it, and then they go and get their tool. And then a year later they come in and they're like, look, here's the bag I made. And just the fact that there's another person that's now making something with their hands is so awesome. It's so much less about the product for me and so much more about the skill set and the fact that I am able to do that. You might be sweating and cussing and cutting your hands and smashing a finger, whatever, but at the end of it, being able to be like, hey, I have this thing. This is proof that I did something.